Hey guys, welcome back to StabilityWOD. The low trap is one muscle that we'd like to walk into the CrossFit gym assuming is working well, especially on a day when we're doing a lot of overhead movement. Overhead squat, clean and jerk, handstands, even pull-ups, all these movements require a certain amount of lower trap firing. The more strategies you have to get the low trap online before that workout, the more success you're going to have during the workout and the less injury risk you're going to take on. Today we're going to talk about another one of my favorite strategies to get low trap firing.
I'm here with Stephanie, who's the office manager here at CrossFit Roots. She runs the show. Every 6 months or so, we have to get together and I have to needle her upper traps. The upper traps, because they get too overloaded. She's using them a little too much. There's a little bit too much shrugging in the programming, whatever it is. She's working probably too much at her computer is the reality. She's also taken it on herself to start using the crossover symmetry system, which is one of my favorite ways to activate the low traps. So today we're going to share what I taught Stephanie, and she's going to show you the wrong way to do it and then the right way to do it. And I'm going to share the cues that I feel like are really important to get this system right. It's critical that you know that this isn't about getting stronger. This isn't about putting more resistance on the bands. This is about being really intentional in your body, knowing what you're trying to feel, knowing what position your arms and your shoulder blades are supposed to be in, and that's how you get the most out of this system. You also don't really need the crossover symmetry system if you're working in a regular gym. You can just use ordinary bands that are relatively light because the resistance doesn't need to be very heavy, or you can use a pulley system with light bands as well. There are even some people that have such a hard time moving well that I have to show them how to do this with no weight at all. And if you're moving in the right way, you'll still get a benefit out of your low trap with no resistance at all. So let's check this out. Awesome, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, go for it. So Stephanie's gonna do this wrong first. She's pulling with her palms facing forward. And as she pulls back, she's shrugging up into her neck. As you can see, there's a lot of tension up here. And this is what gets athletes into trouble when they're using this muscle too much overhead. Now she's going to shift to do it more correctly. And I'm going to cue her to turn her thumbs face back. So Stephanie, you're going to keep your thumbs pointing straight back at the camera. And as you pull back, you're going to check in with your upper traps to see if you can let them relax even more than they are. And this isn't about pulling down with the lats, you guys. This is about just relaxing, getting tension out of the neck. By doing that, you take work away from upper trap and you get more work in the lower trap. You feeling that, Stephanie? Good. It takes a lot of concentration, right, to be able to do that. Okay, now we're going to switch down so that the bands are, instead of being at eye height, the bands are now coming from knee height, because the line of pull here has to be a little different. This is my second favorite of the crossover symmetry movements. Stephanie's going to do a few wrong again. So as she pulls back here on the bands, she's going to shrug into her shoulders. It's the exact same cue here. She's not as worried about her thumb position as she was before. But when she gets up to the top, she's overworking the upper traps, meaning the lower traps are not doing much at all. All right, so let's do a few correctly. So Stephanie, when you pull back, the first thing I want you to do is to relax your upper traps. Just check in with your neck and then rotate up, check in again and see if you can soften, see if you can get tension out of here. They're very soft right now. They're strong, muscular, but they're soft. Pull back again, rotate up. She's gonna start feeling that by default back in her lower trap with each rep. Now this resistance is very light. She has to concentrate though, still very hard on finding the right muscle group. She's gonna do about 8 to 10 of these. All we're doing is getting things activated. We're not trying to get them strong. She's been at work all day at her computer. They're a little shut down. She's going to go do overhead squats. She's going to go do snatch. She's going to get them firing again. That's movement number 2. Movement number 3 is very similar. Do a few wrong for us again, Stephanie. She's going to come up, her palms face forward, so she's a little internally rotated. And she's shrugging up into her neck, overusing the upper trap. You're getting the theme here. It's all the same pattern. Even though the arms are doing different things, the shoulder blades have the same fault. So, getting tired?
A little bit.
Go ahead and pull up into the Y position. Now I'm going to cue her to externally rotate her shoulders. She's going to basically screw them into the sockets. which in and of itself is really different, right? Relax down. Almost automatically, that brings her shoulder blade down out of elevation. Go ahead and try it again. Externally rotate. Now relax out of your neck. See if you can settle. There's more space coming through here. Relax back down. Go ahead again. Nice job. She's working hard. You guys can't see her shaking, but she's working hard. And she has a lot of tension down here in her low traps now. That V-shaped muscle that's coming down into her low back is just like firing beautifully. So just like I said yesterday, we're going to take work away from upper trap. Maybe it's going to only do 50%. We're going to give the rest of the work, the other 50%, to the lower trap. And after what? Like 10 reps of each of those movements, you're feeling that burning in your mid-back, right?
Sure.
Yeah. We switched.
Wow, we did switch.
So a lot of the athletes that I work with, I tell them if you only do 3 of these movements for the low trap before you do anything overhead, these are the 3 movements to do. It takes almost no time at all, and it has to be done relatively consistently, especially if you've been sedentary, and then you're going to ask your arms to do something overhead, whether it's rock climbing, CrossFit, gymnastics. This is a really important muscle group to have activated. So thank you, Stephanie, today for sharing your phenomenal movement ability with the crossover symmetry with us. You guys, it's really not easy to learn. Take some time to practice. So have a friend watch you, take some video. If you liked what you saw today, please click the like button. Leave some comments in the comment section below. Take a second to subscribe. We have a lot more to share with you guys here from CrossFit Roots in Boulder, Colorado, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks.
I like it.
Right on.